According to HubSpot's 2021 State of Marketing report, generating more traffic and leads is the top marketing challenge for companies. So trust me, you are not the only one struggling with this issue. But by the end of this video, you will have the knowledge and tools to tackle this problem. I will explain why you need to start using lead generation quizzes to increase traffic and leads to your website, and I will also show you how to easily make one, no coding required. So let's dive right in. Simply put, lead generation quizzes are so effective because they are interactive. And if you're thinking it can't be that simple, listen to these statistics. Interactive content has an impressive 70% completion rate. I mean, just look at BuzzFeed quizzes. Those have a 96% completion rate. And 45% of B2B buyers consider interactive content one of their top 3 favorite content types to engage with. It also gets 2 times more engagement than static content. Convinced now? This content type is so effective that it is referred to as content marketing's secret weapon. I didn't give it the status, but Sumo did. The idea behind interactive content is to have your audience participate with your content instead of being silent bypassers. And a lead generation quiz is an amazing way to achieve this, mainly because it's fun. Speaking from personal experience, if a quiz has an intriguing title and could potentially tell me something about myself that I previously didn't know, it is insanely hard not to engage with it. Basically, using a lead generation quiz offers a more entertaining and fun experience on your website that is personalized to each visitor. And in return for providing entertainment to your visitors, you are able to identify personas, grow your email list, and segment leads early on. Perhaps the best part of quizzes is that they are shareable and they are able to bring traffic to your website organically. The more relatable and shareable the results are of your quiz, the more likely that they will get shared by participants in their social networks and bring in loads of traffic. And to top it all off, you will receive valuable information from your participants in exchange. Not too shabby, eh? There are a lot of different types of lead generation quizzes out there, including calculators, like this Can You Afford a Mortgage quiz, product recommendations, like this What Mattress is Best for You quiz, or What's Your Perfect Shade of Red, contests like this giveaway, surveys like this coffee house rating, and many more. It's important to decide which type of lead generation quiz is the best suited for your goals and target audience. So let's get started in designing a lead generation quiz. Building a lead generation quiz is no easy task, and it takes a lot of thought and planning in order to make it successful. So here is a 4-step guide on how to create a lead generation quiz. Begin with the end in mind. The first and most important step in creating a lead generation quiz is figuring out what your goal is. This should follow the SMART acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And it should focus on more than just the customer alone, but the broader business environment altogether. An example of a SMART goal for a lead generation quiz would be to increase your email list by 15% in the next 3 months. Then you need to determine who your target audience is. The questions you need to ask yourself are: who is my target audience? What are their pain points? Are they a specific age? Are they in a specific industry? And so on. If you're able to figure out your target audience and their struggles, your quiz will speak to them more, and it is more likely that they will engage with it. Choosing a topic for your quiz is very important, and this is where you need to spend a lot of time brainstorming. The title of your quiz is also really important because it has the ability to grab the attention of your audience. This could be in the form of a question relating to your audience or a shocking statistic. For example, 66% of businesses fail. Will yours make it? Take this quiz and find out. Another great strategy to employ here is by using other forms of lead magnets at the end of your quiz, like providing a white paper, providing a discount code, or an ebook or a trial of some sort in exchange for them filling out your quiz. The third step is to determine the end results of your quiz. This is important to do before you start writing your quiz questions, as they will help you guide your quiz to specific outcomes, and it will help you shape your questions better. When coming up with outcomes, make sure you keep it positive and, most importantly, shareable. I would also recommend keeping the outcomes between 2 to 6 results, because any more than that will just make your quiz very complicated and messy. The final step in creating your lead generation quiz is actually writing your questions and answers. The most effective strategy for this is to keep your quiz questions and answers simple and clear. No one wants to read a 3-sentence long question with 15 different answers. I would recommend asking simple questions with about 4 to 8 answers. It's also best to keep the quiz short overall by having a maximum of 10 questions. If you make the quiz too long, it's just going to be too much time commitment for people and they will exit your quiz halfway. Side note, randomizing the order of your answers will give you more accurate data as it eliminates order bias. Now that you know how to put together the contents of a lead generation quiz, it's time for the fun part, which is actually putting together the quiz using an online quiz builder. Today, I will show you how to do this using InvolveMe, which allows you to collect emails, randomize the order of your answers, and embed your quiz onto your website. The best part, no coding is needed. So I will show you how to make this "What diet suits you best" lead generation quiz. To get started, simply log into your account so you have somewhere to store the quiz. If you don't have an account, that is completely fine. You can just sign up on the platform for free. Then head over to templates and choose the one that you like best. You do this by hovering over it and then clicking choose. So I will begin with the end results first. So as you can see, there are already a few results added in here, but I also want to add my last outcome, which is a gluten-free diet. So I will begin by pressing the plus button at the bottom of my screen. And this just adds another outcome page, and I will name it gluten-free. Then I will start with a heading and I will just write gluten-free it is. And I also want to personalize this to the individual's first name, which I can do by pressing the button that says add answers and data above the text box. But as you can see at the moment, the first name isn't available, and that is because we first need to add a contact form into our quiz in order for that option to be available. Then I will just delete the subline because I want to align the subline to the left and customize the style a bit. So I'll just save and close this and drag and drop the header element onto the page and delete the headline. I will just copy and paste a description in the subline here. And I will customize it so that it is aligned to the left. So I will just click on design and then tick the box that says customize this element only. Here I will choose to align it to the left and change the font to Archivo. I will also insert a funny GIF in here to make this more entertaining and fun. So I will drag and drop the image element onto the page and drag and drop a GIF from my desktop. I will also add a button underneath and title it Download 7 Days of Gluten-Free Recipes. And here I can insert the link to a gluten-free recipe book. Lastly, I will add the social share element onto the page so that it is more shareable. Then I will move on to the title of my quiz, and I really want this to be catchy. So I found a statistic which I think is pretty compelling and that may really shock some of my target audience. The statistic I found is that roughly 85% of your serotonin is made in the gut. So it really matters what we eat. So I will just write that in the title and then add, so what diet will make you the happiest? So now that we have the results page done and the title finished, we can start adding our questions. To add a page, simply click on the plus button at the bottom of your screen. Then I will drag and drop an image answer question type onto the page. And I will edit the question to say, do you feel tired after eating a meal? And then I will just untick the box that says display answer text because I want the images to contain the answers and not the text. So I will then go to edit the first question. I will just add an image that says yes in here, and I will just drag and drop it from my desktop. And I will map this answer to vegan, gluten-free, and low carb. Then I will just add an image that says no for the second answer and map this to paleo and Mediterranean. You can also add multiple choice or text questions, or a rating and slider element as your question type. Once you have added all your questions, it is important to email gate the results. To do that, I will just add a page at the end of my quiz and drag and drop the contact form contact element onto the page. And voila, that is how simple it is to collect emails and involve me. The great thing about this is, this also allows you to set up automated follow-up emails. And it can be a completely different email for each specific diet. You can send your PDFs that way as well and start a personal conversation with everyone who took your quiz. Speaking of personal, let's call everyone by their first names. So back to the gluten-free outcome page, I will click on the header element, and here I want to click on the add answers and data and select first name from the option. Now when someone receives their answers, they will also have their first name on the result page. There you have it. That is how you can make a lead generation quiz super fast without any coding knowledge. Now you can start attracting cold audiences and filling the top of your funnel. With a lead generation quiz, you can start understanding your customers better by knowing what their preferences and interests are, and you are able to collect their contact information so you can use it for future marketing purposes. Basically, lead generation quizzes are unicorns. There's simply no other explanation. But wait, I also have a discount code for you in the description below where you can get 2 months for free after you create an account. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching, bye! Who let the dogs out?